널 기다렸어.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nexon Arena. We just had a small delay because herO needed a computer change, but hopefully that is all set and done. We can go on here.
Leenock changed his hair color again. It's actually similar to my hair, a bit lighter. I think.
It's like a light version of your hair.
Yeah. And Leenock's actually joining the lobby. I'm not sure where CJ herO is. I hope it's not a stupid hotkey issue or something like that. I remember the delay was like maybe 30 or 40 minutes. It's ridiculous because it's herO that has the issues and only herO, but he is in the lobby, so we can finally rejoice in cheer.
No more issues. Finally, just switching out the computer makes it work.
I mean, look at that smug face.
Not happy with herO these days, GTR?
No, only because he just causes technical issues.
Yeah, that's about it though. He's a fantastic player, 11 and 4.
I love watching him everywhere else. It's just, at Pro League, he just always causes problems.
Yeah. And Leenock, he's been struggling to help out KT in that 4th spot. I would love to see Trust fill in that spot, but then again, they would be fielding 3 Terrans and 2 Terrans and 2 Protoss, right? So, not exactly what they want to do.
Well, everyone's voting for herO here.
Yeah, no surprise. Leenock's still having some trouble here. herO, one of the most winning players so far. Now let's jump into game number 1, herO versus Leenock. Down here in the bottom left in the red, the Zerg player from KT Rolster is Leenock.
And spawning here as the yellow Protoss for CJ enters, it is herO. And as you mentioned before, we got into the game, herO is from California on a romantic Starcraft date. Oh, they don't have headsets on, but
Yeah. We met these guys actually at SSL, very cool people. And I saw them at GSL actually yesterday too.
So they go into every StarCraft event for their that's like the best
StarCraft date every day.
Yeah. You get free popcorn here, you get free drinks, you get to enjoy some free entertainment. I don't know where else you want to go for a date.
Sounds like a great idea, man. I've done it before. I actually have down at the GSL. It worked out. But Frost the map here.
Bistro.
Oh, he took a bus.
5-hour bus.
Yeah, now he came down to watch.
Wow, that guy has passion. Even everyone in the audience admires that guy's passion.
Yeah, you got to cheer from the crowd.
Yeah. That's how much of a not dead game StarCraft is in Korea, guys. That guy came 5 hours on a bus to watch StarCraft.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, going back to what I was going to talk about before the lovely couple interrupted us. herO is 3rd before today on the winners ranking, which shows how much he still wins for CJ, but like the thing with CJ is that they need him and Bjol to click in order for them to win. If none of them or one of them only clicks each series, then they're not going to take any win time.
Then they have to rely on someone like Ragnarok, who has not been consistent.
Or take it to the ace match and then cross their fingers that herO or Bjol can win in the ace match.
And now they've added MC, which is if he's on his game, and in order to qualify for GSL, I mean, you have to be somewhat on your game, right?
He did beat, I think he beat JYP in the qualifiers. Hey, JYP's not that bad of a player.
That's true.
He'd beat me. At least we're not playing in the qualifiers. I'd get wrecked. I'd get Roach Ravager ulti and like chase the wood.
Yeah. They didn't really show him too much respect, huh? They were just like, get out of here. You don't belong. But yeah, he does make it onto the team, and I have a feeling that MC he was always one of those players that just finds a way to win, even when he wasn't totally on his game. So for best of ones, I mean, this guy is going to be pulling out crazy stuff.
Like, yeah, as you said, he's one of those players that he's not really the best right now or the strongest Protoss out there, but he can figure out ways of winning the game because he thinks about the game differently compared to the other Protoss. He's like what SOS was. Like, he's like what SOS is right now 4 or 5 years ago during his prime. I guess that's the best way of saying what MC would be.
Yeah. Look at this. I mean, Overlord Scout coming in is not going to see anything, is going to die to a Stalker that pops out.
And an actually pretty early forge here from herO. I'm only guessing that he wants to get that +1 weapons upgrade relatively quickly.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting build. Generally, you see Stargate pretty early on in this matchup, especially on a map this big, but decides not to go for it. And some Lings coming over here, going to poke at the Cybernetics core. Will be pushed away by the Stalkers that are continuously coming out.
Yeah, as we see, the Warp Prism actually coming out for herO, so he probably wants to do some harassment with these gateway units that he has currently. And Leenock's just heavy draining right now. He's got that Rotoran, sure, but no other attack army units besides those Queens and maybe a few Zerglings out on the map. And herO's not actually thinking of taking a third base right now, so if Leenock's not careful, he could just like get run over by the incoming attack of herO.
Well, he's making that Rotoran, so he is beginning to get some tech where he can get some units to deal with something like this, but it looks like it's going to be Blink Stalkers. Just based on the amount of Stalkers that have been made already, he's going to go for some harass with 3 Stalkers, not something you see all too often. There's the Blink on the way.
Yep, and that +1 is being chronoed, so that will come out for herO pretty soon, maybe in the next minute or so. Yes, chronoing both that Forge and that Twilight Council. It definitely wants to perform a nice timing attack with these Blink Stalkers.
And I love this too, because 4 Stalkers is all you need to one-shot a drone. So if you can get in there, and actually this can be used to snipe some Overlords too. I didn't even think about that.
Oh,
so if you can fly around the map in between the 2 bases and catch a bunch of Overlords, that could be really annoying too.
And he's actually taking a third base behind this, so not really the all-in that I thought it would be from herO. And he's just going to pick up and run away.
Yeah, you can easily trade here with the Warp Prism. And on a map like this where you got a very large cliff into the main, as well as just a lot of opportunities to harass, but Leenock is just not even going to take that. He's just going to go for the attack. Yeah.
He needs to shut this third base down, and he does. Yeah, we see he shuts it down with that Roachling attack. And you have to consider that it is horizontal spawns here on Frost, so those units that are being rallied across the map are going to get to herO's base more quickly than what it would with any other map that we have in the map pool.
+1 finishes and +2 begins right away. He's continuously trading with these Stalkers. It looks like he wants to go into the main. Blink is about to finish up, and he adds 5 more gates, which is going to put him at 8 gates.
You know, actually, with that cancel, maybe... Oh, okay. I'm kind of trying to see what herO's thinking with... Because he canceled that Nexus because it got attacked by Leenock, right? So he's going to spend that money that he saved from cancelling that Nexus onto more gateways rather than try and retake that third base. So this could be an all-in after all. He is getting that +2 as well, so... Yeah,
definitely an all-in here. We got some sentries in the mix, and as those 8 gates finish up, he's going to have a massive amount of units.
Yep. I see Ravagers being morphed in here from Leenock, but... Once this +2 hits, it's going to be a very beefy army here from herO.
Look at how long he hides that. I think Leenock knew, but look at how big this army is now. He's going to pull back. He's got a lot of force fields left over.
Oh, but there's a few hits onto those Stalkers. It's not really what herO wants right now. And he could just blink into the main base.
That he could. And he could even try to lift some sentries in there and land some force fields on the ramp if he wants to get really tricky.
Oh, there we go. Here's the blink from herO, but he doesn't get the sentries in position to do the force fields. He has to blink down.
Just blinking, harassing here. He could do that and maybe try to trap the units in the main too. That ramp is pretty far away though. It's not easy to do any of those small tricks.
Yeah, I think the only reason why he's not force fielding is because these Ravagers are out on the map, and with those corrosive vials, he can just easily just cast those corrosive vials onto the force fields and negate them. And now he sends the Zerglings like, where's that? Oh, okay, I see what you're doing, herO.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of information with that. Now he's adding just more and more links to deal with the Blink Stalkers and trying to get into Lurkers eventually.
Here's the +2 though. These, like with the +2, it's like that threshold where those Stalkers are great to awesome.
Yeah, especially because Leenock doesn't have any upgrades of his own. Just sitting at 0-0 at the moment.
Yeah, herO's doing a really nice job here. And even the Guardian Shield as well is going to mitigate a lot of the Ravager damage. And Leenock's trying to take a 4th base here, but I don't think that's the best move.
Oh, he blinks forward into the Ravagers, and that +2 is doing so much damage.
Not only the +2, but also these Guardian Shields here from the Sentries. As I said before, mitigating a lot of the damage that the Ravagers are using. But, oh, there's Lurkers out here.
Lurkers in the back. He does have 2 observers. So.
He can just flick forward, and he can just force field that ramp now because there's not enough Ravagers to deal with these Stalkers.
Gonna get those Lurkers to reposition.
He can time off as well.
That he could. There's still not enough to deal with the Stalkers in the main, let alone the rest of the army.
And
here we go.
As well.
Barriers coming up. He's going to focus down the rest of the Lurkers. And that's going to be it. He kills the entirety of Leenock's army.
Yeah, this looks very tough for Leenock to come back into this game. A lot of the army is killed. These +2 Stalkers, the +2 Mortal just does way too much damage here for herO. Snipes that, snipes the Lurker down.
8 more Stalkers immediately coming through here.
He can just blink up. Just blink up, herO.
That he could. It looks like he wants to fight against the army and not allow him to group up instead. Either way, he is way ahead here.
Time warps. Yeah, very, very slick build here from herO.
Micering that Immortal. GG. herO.
Leenock looks very angry there.
I wouldn't be happy if that happened to me either. And herO just doing a nice quickie. You know, not taking it to any of these late game shenanigans. He doesn't try to take that 3rd base. It's not the easiest one to hold, especially on those positions.
Yeah,
so.
Frost is one of those maps where it's very hard to take a 4th base. And especially in those horizontal positions, no surprises there that herO opted to go for that blink +2 all in. And it works for him, man. Congratulations. He takes out that 1st game for CJ.
Yeah, bringing back an oldie but a goodie. Making it look easy up against Leenock. So that is one of the necessary wins that CJ requires. herO winning here does put them at a pretty good spot going into the next one.
Yep, and the next player that needs to win, in theory, is Bjorn, but he is up against TY, so we can cross that off.
Given up on him already,
like,
I see.
I think a next winnable game for CJ would probably be the Ragnarok game against Stats. We'll just have to wait and see how this TY vs Bjorn game goes, because I think they played each other, the CJ versus KT match, in the past 2 rounds. They played against each other on King Sejong Station last round, where there was that really nice. Okay, so TY did that mech build with all those Hellions, but Bjorn just had a perfect answer for it. And I forgot what game. I don't remember if they played each other in the 1st round. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
But I know they played each other last round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we get a bit of a rematch here. Leenock. And here is New Hair.
Trying to fish that cord out.
New Hair not helping him out here.
He's like, oh man, Stalkers are so imba.
Upgrades are too good. Nerf, please.
herO looking very smug. MC, for some reason, still has his backpack on. Oh no, he has to set up, that's why.
I'm getting out of here. I'm not playing. You guys are going to win without me.
Yeah, as I mentioned, next game will be TY versus Bjorn, and it will be on Overgrowth. And Overgrowth, much like King Sejong Station, is one of those mech-friendly maps, I guess you could say.
Is he going to pull it out here?
Okay, let me say this. One of the most one-sided games that I've ever casted was TY versus Departure on Frost.
Oh, God.
That game. And he even admitted in the interview that he was a bit hungover after that.
Yeah.
It was after the GSL final. We could see something similar like that on Overgrowth this game.
Then again, Biel definitely
He's much better player than Departure, sure.
Much better player, and it was kind of a one-off build. It was interesting. I think it was like cross-positions Frost.
Cross-positions Frost.
And he still was able to pull it off. Liberator's got a slight nerf, you know, so maybe that'll play into it. The Liberators were a key part of that strategy. I think you can still pull off something similar like that, but Biel is definitely going to handle it a lot better.
Well, we all know Biel is the king of anti-mech. During the end of Heart of the Swarm, he defeated not only TY, but also Innovation on his way to the SSL finals against Biel. Against herO, rather, at the Children's Park, which was really cool, by the way. So maybe we won't see that mech play from TY, but it is Overgrowth, so...
I'm doubting it still. I mean, bio play is still strong on this map, too. You got a very wide cliff, once again, to just drop into the main if you want to go for that. You can definitely pull the Zerg apart by dropping at the 4th, dropping into the main.